What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another edition of Backstop Banter. Hosting, as always, me, you boy Connie, Michael, my co-host. How are we doing on this fine Thursday night?
Doing wonderful. Had basically the whole day to do nothing, and it was a lot of fun. I actually pulled an all nighter last night at work. We're doing a reset, so I was there from 8 p.m. to about 4:30, 5:30 a.m. and slept to about 10. My kids are screaming so much that I had to get up. So got a lot done today. Got a lot of mowing grass done.
I didn't know old people could actually stay up that late. So,
Wait. What do you mean old? I'm 35, man. I'm at my
old
prime.
people, yeah,
LeBron is older than me.
and LeBron's washed.
Ooh, I mean, I would agree with you. But keep on going. How's your day been?
Oh, let me tell you, I had off today. So, you would think it would be fantastic, but my brother went down to my parents' condo in Myrtle, and he has a cat, so we had to go, feed
All
it.
right, all right, meow.
And, so I go with my mom there because she didn't want to go alone because she didn't know how to get there or anything yet, even though there's these things called Apple Maps, but she just
Wait,
refuses.
your mom don't know how to get to your brother's house?
Nah. I think she's only been there like once.
Okay.
Uh,
Carry on. I'm
I think
sorry.
I've only been there once too.
Oh,
But,
okay.
so I mean, because that's the thing. It's not like it's not like right next to us or anything. It's like 45 minutes. So like we ain't
Right.
just going there for travel dandy. Anyway, we get there. The key's not there,
Oh.
so we had to come all the way back, get the key from my brother's car. That even though he said that he should have had it.
Mm-hmm.
Then go back, feed the stupid cat, and then come home. And I played a nice 9 holes of golf, and you know, now I'm here.
Gotcha.
But
Also, just been informed I've got my article posted now of my latest power rankings for the MLB, so
yeah,
that's good.
maybe we'll have to go over it.
Might have to.
Maybe send me that link, Michael. We'll see what's going on.
I really hope you read it. Thank you. Just
Well, no.
just
I
so
know
you
we
know.
were going to go over it on the show, there, guy. So I got to see if we can pull it up and share the screen or everything
Gotcha.
like that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But with all that being said, let me get into this. We're going to pay the bills. Not all of the bills, though. We're going to do it a little different. You
Gotcha.
know?
I'm excited about this. I think it makes
Yeah, me
the
too. And
flow
you know
go
what?
better.
I'm not even going to start with my bookie like I usually do because I actually got a perfect segue into that anyway. Uh, we're going to start off with the Patreon. And you want to know why I'm going to start off with the Patreon? Because the
Because
boys are hot right now.
they really are.
We're hot. Listen, go over to the Patreon, patreon.com/unwrapsports. And $1, you let us know you like what we do. $5, you get access to our Discord chat, which is the important part. Because, like I said, we've been toasty recently, putting out some easy bets. And you know what? Here's another thing too. I'm just saying, if you refer somebody, you get $20. So, with that being said, you get the 20, and you're paying for yourself and somebody else basically. So you're good. You get a $20 referral. Perfect. And then, so the $5 here is access to the Discord chat where we're giving you easy money with the bets. Then you get entered in to an Amazon gift card giveaway, and you get 10% off our Teespring shop. So go check that out. And then $10 tiers everything I just said, except the 10% discount goes to 20, and you get entered into our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. And I believe this month is a signed Mark Ingram jersey. So
Which
make
is
sure you
sweet.
go and check that out. But you know
Yes,
what?
sir.
Like I said, with that being said, let's get into it. We'll get into the other things later on, but we have a nice little special guest here tonight,
Yes,
ladies and
sir.
gents. So I'm going to bring on my main man, Lamar. Lamar, how are we doing? Introduce yourself to the
Int yourself
people.
your deuce.
Yeah, listen. Speaking is hard sometimes. Introduce yourself to the people. Tell everybody what you got going on.
My name is Lamar Fields. Follow me on Twitter at RaiderWay83. I'm a writer here for Unwrapped and a couple other sites. Also, has my website called L Sports Take, covering all baseball, basketball, football. Just everything that I can want to write about.
You know
Awesome.
what?
Sounds good.
I really do commend it because articles is not my thing, man. I'm a
It's tough.
talker.
It is tough.
See, here's my thing. I think I write so much for school that like the last thing I actually want to do is come home and write an article. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
understand.
So power to you people who can write articles out there. But like I said, with that being said, let's get into it. Let's get into the baseball news. And you know what, Michael, this is close, near and dear to my heart. So I'm gonna start it off here. My man DJ LeMahieu, is he in a slump, or is just kind of just who he is? Who he is? It's hard for me to say. It really is, because it's hard to say a slump when everybody in baseball can't hit right now.
Right.
Like, is it a slump, or is everybody returning to the mean because the baseballs aren't juiced anymore, the pitchers are using this, that, blah, 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 whatever.
This, that, and the third.
Yeah. So, is it a slump, or is it just what everybody
I've got to stop you real quick, actually, if you don't mind. The reason why I said that, this, that, and the third, I've never heard anyone say that before until I've met you.
Really?
It's around here we say this, that, and another. I don't, it's just what we say. But while I've been doing these overnights, we've had a third-party crew come in and actually do the resets at our store, a retail store. And this lady, just out of nowhere, she was giving someone down the road, it's like, I'm doing this, that, and a third. I'm like, wait, what? Someone else said this? So I had to start the conversation like, listen, my buddy in New York, he says it, so I'm assuming you're northern. She was actually from, I think, Atlanta or somewhere South Carolina maybe. I can't remember. I was like, okay, I've never heard anyone else. So I thought about you yesterday, just so you know, at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That warms my heart, Michael.
You're welcome. Lamar, have you ever heard that, this, that, and a third?
I heard it before.
Okay, well.
He was a man of the culture, unlike you, Michael.
I mean, I understand. Here in the South, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're in the boondocks, so nobody actually,
Lamar, he makes fun of me all the time because I have a Southern accent. I live in Kentucky. I am a hillbilly. I can't deny it. I have a cow now. He makes fun.
Lamar, I think his closest neighbor is a cow.
No, actually, it is a black bear, just so you know. I mean, I have them in my yard all the time. These people, like, they came from – one was from South Carolina, 2 were from Georgia. I think 1 was from Indiana. And they're as soon as they got here, like, in our county here, it actually is the black bear capital of Kentucky. And they're like, y'all have got bear here? Y'all have bear? I'm like, I mean, we do. Like, yeah. Like, man, I'm scared to even go outside for a smoke break. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to add to it. Yeah, we had one in there in our dumpster just yesterday, so be careful out there. And like, oh, man, are they vicious? It's like somebody got attacked just the other day, too. Nobody attacked. It just, had to have fun. But anyways, DJ sucking it up for the Yankees. Keep going.
Sucking it up. I think, like I said, it's hard to determine which one it is because everybody in baseball has been struggling so much. I mean, the entire Yankee offense is struggling. Nobody's playing to, the typical back of their baseball card type of thing. So, I mean, like I said, last year during the shortened season, he batted 364. I mean, I don't think that was going to happen again. You're kind of crazy if you are. But, I mean, now he's batting I believe it was 256 as of yesterday. So, obviously, that's a significant drop. And then with runners in scoring position over the last 2 years, since he's been a Yankee, he batted 400, and I think he's batting 210 now with it. So, I mean, it's kind of difficult for me to say so much bad things about him because those numbers are so high that at some point they have to come down. Nobody bats 400 with runners in scoring position all the time. Is it a significant drop off? Yeah. Would you like it to see maybe it go from 400 to 300 instead of 200? Of course, in a perfect world you would. In a perfect world you would like to stay at 400, but I mean, I can't really sit here and complain that he's not batting 364 and 400 with runners in scoring position. So I'm gonna let DJ live. I really will. But what, Michael? What do you think?
What I think is the most interesting on this is, DJ, I spent all of the offseason learning your last name, and now you're going to choke this year. Like, LeMahieu, I can say it so easy now when I was being made fun of by Connie so much. I was like, this guy's going to be great. He was up there in the batting title last year. he's going to be good. And then the Yankees paid him this year, even took a little bit of a cut because he could have probably made some money extra elsewhere. So I'm like, okay, DJ's legit. Here we go. And I'm disappointed. I even drafted him early in one of my fantasy leagues because I had bought in with him. I was like, hey, if I'm going to know your name, I need you on my team too. But I'm a little iffy still. I know we're only 60-some games into the season, which is kind of ironic because last year it ended about this time, and I'm saying it's early for him. We're a third into the season. The balls are different. We know that. Things are a little bit stickier now, so we know things are going on. Batting averages are low all across the board. I always talk about my Reds. They actually batted, I think, .215 last year as a team. That's ridiculous. So, I mean, it's kind of the new era, if you will. It's like the new way of going. Like, you don't have to be batting a high average now. You just have to be productive in what's going on. So, I want to say just because it's the Yankees that he maybe is back to his normal self instead of a slump, just because I'm hating. I'll be honest. I'm a hater for the Yankees. But at the same time, I really like DJ. I think DJ's a good guy, and I'd like to see him get back to what he played last year. So, personally, I'm hoping that it's just a slump, but my vendetta out against the Yankees, I hope he is back to his normal. What about you, Lamar?
Personally, I think it's just a slow start, especially with the balls being different. And every year you have players start slow, start fast. And I think he'd get his average up to about maybe 290, 300 before the season's over with. And he's a good hitter, so you'll figure it out.
See, and that's the thing, too. Like, I feel like that's what the hard part. Like 364, you bat 364 in a season. That's like all-time great season. I'm not expecting that, but like the low 250s, like that's all right. Like, come on, what's going on a little bit with DJ? Like Lamar said, if you get that up to like 290, I'll take a 280, 285. Yeah. I'm good. I ain't complaining. I'm not complaining anymore. You accept something like that.
All it takes is get hot for a couple of weeks, and your batting average can skyrocket.
And it's like I feel like people forget how hard it is to bring your average up in baseball if you start slow.
Yeah.
Because it's funny. I'm watching the Yankee game right now. They're playing the Twins. Of course, they're beating the Twins right now 4-2 because the Yankees and Twins. It's embarrassing. The Twins don't know how to win even if they're undefeated. But they were just talking. I think Glaber is batting 277 right now. But he had a slow start to the season. And in his last 30 games, which is a solid sample size, he's batting 330. But for the season, he's only batting 270. So you look at his season numbers, and it's like, damn, he's not, producing like he really should, blah, blah. You look at the last 30 games, which is a solid sample size. That's half the season. Because what did you say, Mike? We're in the 60-game mark?
We're over 60, a little over 60, like 65 or so.
So about half the season, he's been batting 330, and his average right now is 277. So like people also have to realize that how hard it is to get your average back up in baseball. I mean, it's 4 at-bats a game. If you play a lot, then how many at-bats are you getting and blah blah. Like it's just hard to bring your average back up. So, like I think we all kind of go onto the side of a slow start or something like that. I know Michael wants it to be a lot more because he's a hater, but it's a different problem.
I admit it though. I can accept it, and I will go on.
You know what? Whatever. And I want to move on to this because even though hey, listen. By the way, DJ started off the game yesterday with a beautiful double. Got a hit earlier today, so my man's is coming on.
Gotcha.
But before we move into the Garrett Cole and Josh Donaldson situation, which popped up, in this Twin series, obviously, I want to get into why, of course, they are having a little bit of a feud there. So, Lamar, I'm going to start it off with you because me and Michael talked about this last week, and it's the whole sticky substance thing in baseball going on right now. I don't know what it's called. It's like spider track or something. Yeah. Like some weird substance that pitchers are using that are supposed to be giving them a better grip on the ball, this, that, and the third, whatever. Lamar.
This, that, and the third.
Oh, my gosh, you're so annoying. Lamar, what do you think about the situation with the sticky stuff and pitchers using it and blah blah blah?
Pitchers been using substances like that since before we all were born. So I mean, why does it change now? I mean,
from what I heard, the reason why it's kind of being brought up now is from last year when there was no fans.
Yeah.
That you could actually hear the stickiness on the balls back and forth with catcher and pitcher, that it sounded like Velcro in the stadium. How true that is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I heard this morning when I was watching Get Up before I went to work, they were saying they're going to start checking infielders and stuff for it too now. So it's like,
I never thought about that, but what a way to try to get your pitcher not to get caught is like, let the first baseman have it, let him throw it around, get it a little sticky on the ball in his glove, throw it back to the pitcher. Pitcher never has to do anything on it.
See, that's what I just don't understand why everybody's making a big deal about it now. Like Lamar said, people have been literally doing this forever.
Since day one.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why we have Roslyn.
Yes. I can't. I think with Gaylord Perry, back in the day with like the spitballs and the Vaseline that they would use and things like that to get like
put on a bib of the hat.
Yeah. I mean, I remember just a few years ago, considering I'm a Yankee fan and it involved him, Michael Pineda had the pine tar on his neck. A few years ago when they were playing the Red Sox, and after the game, it was funny. I believe the manager at the time, who was it? Like John something, I think. It was the manager before
Stamos.
Cora. No, not John Stamos. That I know.
Okay.
I can't remember the name. Not important. But after the game, he was like,
Yankee fan.
Usually I wouldn't say anything, but it was just too obvious not to. And like, it's even that players admit that they know everybody is doing it, but they're just not going to rat on each other because they know that their pitcher's doing it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So it's kind of, like you said, it is kind of weird that they're making it a big deal now. And like Michael said, I think that is the reason, though, is because, the pitchers because it's funny you said that, Michael. I was watching the Michael K show, I believe, Michael and Michael K show, whatever. And he was the one that said it too, is, people are saying that in the empty stadiums last year, it sounded like somebody was taking apart Velcro every time a pitcher was throwing the ball.
Wow.
Like that's crazy. Like at that point, that's when you get to the point of it being too obvious.
Yeah, and honestly, I think now with social media and just this totally so many different cameras that are going on constantly, like you're actually seeing people on social media, different things that actually are slowing the videos down, and you, without a shadow of a doubt, can see what's going on now. I kind of think it's comical, though, that it's being a factor, I guess, if you will, now. Because, even in our movies, Major League 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever it was, the old pitcher for the Indians is like, hey, the Vaseline here on my neck gets me like a 3-inch drop on my curve. And then it's got like, I've got engine oil up here and it gets my velocity. We know it's in there. Like, we've made the jokes like for years about this stuff. So, I mean, we know it's there. And, I want to bring in, and it's nothing that we even talked about, but Pete Alonso, I think it was, for the New York Mets, was talking about this whole, the Velcro, what we were saying there, the foreign substance going on, like how he felt on it. And I'm pretty sure it was Pete Alonso. I could be wrong on that. But he was saying, I'm actually glad. Okay, he was saying that he's actually glad that they are doing this, because he doesn't want someone who's throwing 99 miles per hour for 7 straight innings, I've said engines, to lose control of this fastball that could hit him in the head and really paralyze, take your life, if it hits a certain way. So he's actually saying it's okay. So I kind of like that. I never thought of it that way. I always thought, it's giving the pitchers an advantage against these hitters, but at the same time, the hitters are probably more confident that the pitchers are not going to lose anything, will lose control. Like, you think of Randy Johnson. I can't remember who the batter was, but he went on to be a sportscaster there. I think it was his rookie year. He threw like a 101 mile per hour fastball and then went behind his head, and then he backed out of the batter's box, and he just kind of got his breath, big eyes, like, oh my goodness. And then of course Randy Johnson just struck him straight out, But if this is something constantly going on where these pitchers are losing their control, I mean, we need to help them. So to me, as I'm getting more information, I'm getting more open to the foreign substance. But I feel like instead of saying it's a foreign substance, let's just legalize, if you will, more substance across the board. Say, okay, use this, this, and this, and let's just go on with it.
I would just like to update everybody on the DJ situation. My boy just got a hit with runners in scoring position, scored an RBI.
Nice,
So,
nice.
Perfect timing. Mike, listen, there is no Michael fan club.
Thank you, Robbie.
I heard a theory that when the Dodgers signed Trevor Bauer, he gave a bunch of the Dodgers pitchers sticky stuff to pitch better because when he got there, the Dodgers' other pitchers got better. You know, it's funny, and I know, Michael, you love Trevor Bauer.
Air pitchers even got better. I mean,
it's funny, because like right now, and we'll get into that obviously after this because I still want to bring up one more thing. Trevor Bauer's like RPMs on the baseball went up like 500 RPMs. Like that.
When? Like,
gosh, I can't remember. I think it was recently though. It wasn't just a little increase because the whole situation with Josh Donaldson and Garrett Cole right now was that you know Donaldson said like, oh yeah, just look at Cole. He's the perfect example. His RPMs went down right after the minor league suspended, a couple pitchers.
Right.
And it only went down by 80. And people in baseball were like, I mean, I guess that's like not that big of a deal though. And then Cole was like, well, yeah, because I haven't been finishing my pitches correctly. Like I just haven't been good recently, which is true. He was like, I think his first like 7 starts, he was like 4-1 with a 1 point something ERA. And then his next 7, he was like 1-4 with a 4 ERA. So he just wasn't pitching good through that little stretch of time. And then this past game against the Twins, went out, had, I believe, 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, 9 strikeouts. So he was back, and I think his RPMs went back to his average. So it's just kind of that stuff like that. But it's funny. We look at all these pitchers, and, I kind of want to phrase this question to both of you as well. If it comes out that all these pitchers are using it, because it's funny, you brought up Pete Alonso. The Mets came out like, oh, Jacob deGrom has never used anything ever. Like they aggressively defended him, even though he's never been like implicated in any of this. Elmar, I'll ask you this: does it take away, in your eyes, anything from any of these pitchers if you find out somebody like deGrom, somebody like Cole, Bauer, those top tier pitchers, Shane Bieber, are using something like this to get that advantage?
No, it wouldn't make no difference for me personally. Because, like I said, pitchers been using it for years, and it just don't make no sense that it's getting cracked down now. Just play the game and leave it alone. Baseball, too much dabbling with all kind of other stuff, and it's messing the game up.
I just kind of think if they do start cracking down on this, I think what I would like to do is possibly go on over to mybookie.ag and use promo code USN100 and add a big deposit there for my first deposit because it'll get doubled, as you know, our little promo there. And then start betting on some of these other guys that I know have not been using it, because surely goodness, these teams would be better when they're not using this, right? Like the ones that have been doing it correctly.
Well, Michael, I was thinking about going over to MyBookie and using code USN100 because the MVP odds came out recently, and they've been updated a little bit. And they got Ohtani at number 1 in the AL right now, but let me tell you something. My boy Judge is still like a 25-1 to win the MVP. I like those odds. 295 right now. He got some – I think he has like 15 home runs. Listen, for 25-1, put $10 on it. You're walking out with some solid cash.
That is true. That is true.
I'm just throwing it out there. But Michael, does it take away anything from these pitchers?
I think, I'm going to say it this way. I think we have to know how many are, I'm going to say, quote unquote, cheating first. If it's a handful of guys that are cheating and they're the top tier pitchers right now, I think it'll hurt them a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, But if they come out with their studies or whatever their findings, and it's like 100 pitchers are doing this, and be like, okay, everyone was doing it, like legit, they caught them all. That's just the way things were. Okay, nothing would hurt them, I don't think. What about you, Connie?
I don't think it's going to take anything away from them in my eyes. I'm kind of on the Lamar side of things here. It's just because it's not like it would be different if some no-name pitcher all of a sudden was like a Cy Young Award winner or just became absolutely unbelievable. Like, the person at the forefront of this right now because of Josh Donaldson is Cole. And Cole was the number one pick in the draft. He was good with the Pirates. He brought it to a new level with Houston, and then he's carried it over to the Yankees. So, it's not like he was never good. Then all of a sudden this, spider stuff came out, and he just all of a sudden became a legend. And it's not like DeGrom was a mediocre pitcher, and then all of a sudden has a .62 ERA now. Like, he has 2 Cy Youngs under his belt. I'm pretty sure the guy would have been good without this little sticky substance that they're using. So it would be different. Like I said, it's kind of funny. It's what I said about, the playoffs last year. If a team like the Marlins won the World Series, it kind of would be like, maybe the season isn't as legit. But the Dodgers won it, and that was a team we would have thought would win it in a 162-game season. So to me, it doesn't take anything away from it. Like, is that hypocritical? Probably. I'm not going to lie. Do I care also? No, not even a little bit. But like I said, it's not – you didn't have – I'll just use the example because they're playing right now. You didn't have Jay Happ all of a sudden turn the clock back and start throwing 95 again and striking people out and doing whatever. He's still not good. But if he did all of a sudden and they found out he was using it, I'd be like, okay, we might have had a problem here. But it's Garrett Cole, it's Bauer, it's DeGrom. Like, those are the people that have the eyes on them now. And I hate to tell you, they're still going to be good before or after they use whatever substance you think they are using.
But that's going to be the main thing. If for some reason when they do ban substance or whatever, like, be more strict on it, if any of these players that are top-tier pitchers start to slip, then you have to say, okay, it was that. I mean, you have to.
See, but here's where that gets dangerous as well, and I would have to see it for a long period of time.
Right. No, it's not going to be like 2 starts. I mean,
no, but you see the problem, Michael. You know what we're going to do.
Oh yeah,
you know what the problem is going to be. They're going to come out and have one bad start. And all of a sudden, I told you how they were using some sticky substance, and they're terrible pitchers, and they were never actually good. Like, that's what's going to happen.
That's how media is. I mean, as a Cowboys fan, it's like every day that the media talks of anything, we're about to win the World Series, the championship. We're about to win the Super Bowl. As soon as we lose, the Cowboys are the worst team ever. In a week, we win 1 game. Oh, they're back. They're here now. The media and us, we are so far-fetched on the way we add things.
It's a microwave society, baby.
I mean, it really is. It's either hot or cold. It don't matter. Oh, Cole gave up 10 runs the first game after this. It was the substance.
Yeah, people was watching that game close yesterday, seeing if he was going to get rocked.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, like I said, I won't blame them, I guess, because you kind of want to see – It's bad because we live in a society like this, but you always want to see, the successful ones fall. So if DeGrom and then Bauer and all these people start, not pitching it, there's going to be people that are happy about it. They'll be like, oh, yeah, I told you so. So it'll be a weird little situation. But I want to also talk about how this is – oh, Michael, you had something? I thought I saw the little
Well – here's what I want to find out. The substance that I want to find out that these players or these pitchers are using is RX hemp. That's what I want to find out.
I was going to say, I could probably use a little bit because, the golf's taking a little bit out of me.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready for Trevor Bauer to come up and say, listen, guys, I've been watching some Unwrapped Sports Network, and they advertise this RX hemp at rxhemp.com/unwrapped sports. Wait, that's totally not it.
No, not at all. It's rxhemp.com, and the promo code is rxhemp-USN, but it's okay.
-100. You know what?
No, -USN.
That's what I said.
No, you said -100.
Whatever. But I'm ready for Trevor to come out and say that, this RX hemp was good on my shoulder. And, one game I just kind of rubbed my shoulder because it was in pain and I forgot I had the stuff on it. And then, bam, I had like 12 strikeouts in a matter of no time. And I started thinking, maybe it's the hemp that's releasing this pressure on and the hot and cold substance that's going on that's really making me perform.
Michael, you know what he could be wearing during that interview?
What's that?
If he went over to teespring.com/store/unwrapped and went and got some Backstop Banter merch like Michael's rocking right now, he could be doing an interview in style.
That's right. That's what. Trevor, come get a shirt, man.
Yeah, why not? But I want to talk about how they're going to check said players for this sticky substance or whatever it is. Now, Lamar, apparently, to not slow down the pace of the game, they're going to do it in between innings, and they can do it randomly. They can do it up to 10 times a game. The pitchers or the umpire can follow them into the dugout and check, I believe it's their hat, belt, glove. And I want to say something else, but I'm just not sure. But what do you think about that? Because let me tell you, there's some plot holes in here. What if the catcher has it?
Yeah.
What if they get smart and they give it to the first baseman? So after a nice little strikeout, they throw down the first baseman, rub a little in the glove, throw it back to the pitchers. There's some loopholes here, as we like to say. But right. What do you think about it, Lamar? As my man Gleyber Torres is now 3 for 4, just saying.
I think they're gonna be smarter than that. If they want to use it for substance, still they're gonna give it to the infielder, catcher, if they want to still use it. But there's going to be a lot of players getting pissed off because start getting checked like 5-10 times a game. They're going to get upset.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. It's a funny point too because you see it in like the NFL and things like that where somebody has a good game and then all of a sudden they get randomly checked for steroids.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine a pitcher is throwing a perfect game?
Yeah.
And like in the sixth inning, the umpire comes over and he's like, "Hey, listen, bro, I gotta check the glove out."
Yeah.
Like, what do you do in that situation? Because
checking you every inning, following you around.
Because if they can check them 10 times, that's once every inning.
Yeah. At least I think it was 10 times. I'm like 90% sure that's what they said.
I think it's gonna be crazy, just to be honest with you. Like, do you want to be the umpire that really starts restricting this? Like, do you want to be that one guy that is the first one to say, "Hey, I need to check your stuff because I can tell." Like, I can hear it because if it's sounding like Velcro, they can probably still hear it.
Hey, but with fans in the stands now, maybe not.
Yeah.
But still, when the first pitch comes, which you know what, this is interesting. I never really thought about it, so just spitballing you here with you. I never. In my life, and I've not played much baseball, I'll be honest with you, but never in my life have I pitched a game and got a ball back from the catcher that went into the dirt and had a lot of dirt all over it, like where I'm like, hey, I need a new ball. Do you think that because they may have so much substance on them that it's actually sticking to the ball so much, and that's why they need more balls? It is so weird saying so many balls, and that's it, to be honest with you.
See, apparently they do that because pitchers actually like it when it's scuffed because it helps them get more drop grip on it and no, not even grip. It helps them get more movement.
I guess resistance even too.
Yeah, it helps them get more movement on the pitches. So when a ball goes into the dirt, you'll see it. Like the catcher will sometimes try to throw it back, and the umpire's like, "All right, nice try, you almost got me there, but throw the ball out of play, idiot. I'm giving you a new one."
Okay. Because I was just thinking a lot of time it was because they're dirty and the grip or whatever couldn't hold on to it. And it's like, hey, I need a new ball. But because if it is sounding like a Velcro coming off of this, that's going to be attracting a lot of dirt. But I've gotten a foul ball before. I actually got a Joey Votto foul ball once at a Cincinnati Reds game back in 2017. But I didn't feel any substance or anything like that on there, but, I don't know. It makes it just interesting. I just don't see how, did both of the co-hosts get a fresh cut? You know what?
I can't lie. Man, I do appreciate you noticing. Nobody else, my co-host didn't say nothing to me because he's
honestly
fake. He's fake, doesn't even pay attention.
It just looks like, it always looks perfect. I couldn't tell the difference. I'm sorry.
Hey, look at this. Nice back pedal. Do your hamstrings hurt a little bit there?
Yeah, not really, because I've been using some RX hemp.
Good. Yeah.
So, kind of think we're lost here. So I'm going to try to do a screen share. I don't know if this will go well.
Boy. Lamar, get ready for
we're raw, just to be honest with you. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to try to bring this up, see if it'll play now. I don't think it's going to. I think it switched screens on me, didn't it?
You have your WhatsApp up right now.
Okay, yep, that is a no-go. It's not going to work.
Michael.
Well, what I wanted to talk about was Luke Williams, as you guys, if you watched anything in sports dealing with baseball, was just this last week playing for the USA team and got called up for the Philadelphia Phillies. And in his first day starting, I couldn't tell you what his stats were going in through it, but actually got to do a walk-off home run at his first debut. What a great way to go. Even his interview, and that's actually what I had to come on up there on their video that didn't work, was how the play happened, and then even talking about it. Like, he was even emotional, talking about how his family was there, and the interviewer was like, how does it feel to have your family, your mother here to support you and on this? And he's like, you're going to make me cry. I got to stop. Very humbling. To me, it's one of the most innocent stories that we miss in baseball, is seeing all these families and how much that these players have dedicated their lives to it, and even the families do this. So kudos to you, Luke. Welcome to the big leagues. I was so happy for him. I was going to see if you all might have actually seen this play or seen it happen.
I did see the home run. I didn't see the interview after.
Okay. Lamar, did you happen to catch it?
No, I didn't catch it.
It's funny because I always bring everything back to Yankees. It's the thing I know best. Listen, I'm sorry. Hey, this is good though. This is good.
We could be talking about water polo. Lamar. It'd be like the Yankees one time hosted a water polo game.
I'm just saying it's the same premise of what you're talking about right now, Michael.
Okay, keep going.
Chris Gaines, he's like a 27-year-old who has been in the minors for a few years for the Yankees. Finally got called up because of all the injuries that they had. And his parents, or I don't know if it's both his parents or just his dad, had never seen him play because his dad told him when he got drafted, I refuse to come and watch you until you make it to the majors.
Oh, wow.
So he had never been to one of his games. I mean, I'm sure they've seen like highlights of him or watched him on TV in the minors or something like that, but has never one time seen him in person in the minors. And, so when he got called to the majors, it was like 12 at night, so they had to hop on a flight. They got down to Yankee Stadium in time and finally got to see him play in person. He unfortunately still has not gotten a hit, but, it's fine. I feel so bad for him, too, though, because this game, I mean, he's been on the team for like a week now, maybe like a week and a half. And in this game that they're playing right now, hits a home run. They say home run, blah, blah, blah. He gets home. He's already in the dugout. And then they show the replay. Foul ball.
Foul ball.
Foul ball.
Well.
Wow.
Oh, here we go, Michael. Did you get it this time?
Now do we got it? Okay.
Oh, look at you.
Here we go. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, 1 on, 1-0 trailing. Let me get you some volume. Can you guys hear that?
No, we can't. Oh.
Boom.
Nice.
That's a solid home run as well. That's not a wall scraper or nothing.
Right.
Now, let me ask you something. Would you rather go like 4 for 4 in your major league debut or hit a walk-off?
Do I hit a home run in the 4 for 4?
No. You're like 4 for 4, double, maybe 3 singles.
I'd rather walk off.
Lamar?
I'd rather walk off too, I think, because I know for sure we win. I hit the home run to win the game. And we might go 4 for 4, be a great game, but we might lose.
Yep.
All right. What if you're guaranteed to win in the 4 for 4?
I would still rather walk off because I'm the one in my very first start cause my team to win. That's just me, though.
All right, new question then. First game, would you rather hit a walk-off or would you rather hit a home run on the first pitch you see? I think I'm going with first pitch home run. I would feel so badass.
Okay. Some more questions in this. My first pitch, are there anyone on base?
Why do you got to make things so complicated?
I like to dig deep into things. It can't be just this and that and it's done.
Well, Michael, it can be whatever makes you happy in life.
Okay. If it's a grand slam first pitch home run, my first pitch I see at bat, I'd rather do that. But if it's like we're down by 3, bases are loaded, bottom of the ninth, there's 2 outs, and I hit a grand slam to win the game, I'd rather do that.
Lamar, what are you going with? I think this is hard.
I'm still taking walk-off.
Well, I see where my man Lamar stands. Walk-off city. This man wants to be the center of attention. I see how it is. I like it. That's the type of energy I need in life.
Yeah, every time I think walk-off, I was thinking about that Joe Carter home run to win the World Series.
Oh,
that's why.
Could you imagine how good that must have felt around in those days? You just won a World Series on a walk-off. You know, it's funny too, Michael, now that you brought up a prospect, though. Did you guys see what happened with Jared Kelenic?
No, I did not.
This man got sent down already because he was batting 93 and was in an 0 for 29 slump.
Oh, my.
Now, that's a tough start to your career.
Yeah, you may not bounce back from that.
3rd overall prospect in baseball.
Wow.
Not in the farm system for the Mariners, in baseball.
That's difficult.
That's got to be a confidence, shatterer.
Shatterer. I like it. I mean,
could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's no way but up from there, right?
I mean, damn, I would hope so. Imagine going 0 for 29 and just not coming back.
Yeah.
You know what about not coming back that I just can't comprehend right now? Because it's officially the Gary Sanchez resurgence season, baby. I'm just saying. This man, the past 3 weeks, hot. Batting 350. Never seen. This is the old Gary. It could bring a tear in my eye.
You say old Gary. What's going on this year? There's so many old players that are looking good again.
Well, he's not old. I mean, old as in, how he used to look.
But still, he's probably 27, 29, somewhere in that area.
That's prime in baseball.
Right, but he's not been the best maybe a year or two, or at least 1 year.
2 years.
So we're seeing a glimpse of past. So let's just go with that. You got Evan Longoria, who's had a good year this year, but he's hurt right now. You've got Buster Posey, who's the #1 catcher right now in the NL at least. Even one person go Giants.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lamar, you're a Giants fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Now listen, I'm going to be honest with you right now. There's a surprise team on the good end of things. I'm watching the surprise team on the bad end of things in the Twins right now. What do you bro? I mean, the Twins are so bad, so bad. What do you contribute your Giant success to? Because I'm going to be honest, once again, I haven't paid too much attention to them. They're obviously an NL team. I'm an AL guy. I'm East Coast, so I don't really see.
He's not an AL guy. He is a Yankee guy, and that's it.
Listen, come on. I don't get to see the NL play too much because, especially the NL West, because obviously I'm on the East.
We in bed.
No. Well, listen, you might be in bed. I'm awake. The game's just not on. Lamar, tell me about your Giants because I need to know everything about them. Because don't they have the best record in baseball right now?
Yeah. Pretty much before the season started, I thought they'd be a little bit like an above average team. But once the season started, I was like, wow, the pitching staff is what got them off to a hot start. I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought the hitting was going to have to carry the pitching, but Gosman is like 6-0 and pitching amazing, and like all 5 starters were pitching like great. I was like, man, keeping the Giants in the game. Then Brandon Crawford, I don't know, 14 homers. I'm like, check his bat because he ain't. Then Posey come back after that year off, look fresh, hitting. Longoria playing well.
Oh, I forgot he was off a year.
And they still, and dealing with a lot of injuries and just plugging people in, and Gabe Kapler pushing all the right buttons. If they can keep this up and maybe making 1 or 2 moves at the trade deadline, they could make a run and win division, but it's still early, so
we'll see what happens. The question: do you think it continues?
I'm about 50-50. I just want to.
That's the best answer right there.
I'm a realist. Like Giants, they play the Nationals for 4, go home for the Diamondbacks. Then after they play the Diamondbacks, they play the A's, Dodgers, and Astros. I think those series right there are going to tell a story of where they're going to fall for the rest of the season. But the thing I'm scared about the Giants is the bullpen. The bullpen, a lot of the games they lost have been blown by the bullpen. So they can get a couple.
Are we talking about the Reds here or the Giants?
But they're a surprise team. I hope they can keep it up.
In my power rankings that I just actually got released probably 10 minutes into our show, I actually have them as number 3 right now, the Giants. I'm a little iffy about having them that high, but the record that they have right now, I don't want to say what I feel like they're going to finish. I wanted to do it as what it is right now. So, yeah, I definitely got them at 3. I'm just worried where Longoria is going to be out probably mid-July, I think it is. So, losing position. July, is that better?
July.
It's, this, that, and the third, whatever.
You're right.
But I do, if the Giants win that division, I think that would be the biggest surprise in baseball this year.
Yeah, it would.
Oh,
I know.
Hell yeah.
Because that would be everyone. Even when we did our panel at the beginning of the year, everyone's like, it's going to be the Dodgers and the Yankees, and the Padres is going to have the wild card come out of that. Yeah. Right now, one of those 2 teams, the Padres or Dodgers, probably wouldn't come out of that division to the playoffs if the Giants won the division. Could you imagine having a postseason without either the defending title champions or the sexiest team in baseball, the Padres?
I'm sure the MLB and Rob Manfred will cry himself to sleep every night.
Yeah, they'll have another play-in game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll add a 3rd wild card spot.
I don't blame them. That's more money, but
hey, listen, money's money. And you know what?
Right.
I think that's a perfect transition into Mr. Rob Manfred. Because, first of all, nobody likes Rob Manfred. So, with that being said, Michael, if you're commissioner for the day, what are you doing there, bud? You got all the power in the world. So you don't got to go through and, the MLBPA. Let's just say you're the end-all, be-all. Whatever you say goes.
Whatever I say goes. The very first thing I would do, since it's 2021 now, if you'd asked me this 2019, I would not say this, but I have converted. I have moved on. I have seen the light, and I would make a universal DH automatically because these pitchers – actually, there was a pitcher I think got hurt the other day running down first baseline after a bunt or something. This thing shouldn't be happening. Pitchers do not need to bat. We've talked about this so many different times. A pitcher in the major league has not swung a bat in more than likely 5 years. They don't bat in college. They probably don't bat in the minors.
Not probably. They don't.
So you're looking 3-4 years in college, a year to 2 years in the minor leagues, and all those different A's. Well, I don't know if they just name them 1A, B, C, D. I don't know, but it's A, high A. But anyways, so we're asking somebody to face a 100-mile-per-hour pitch with the juiced substance all over it and actually think they're going to have a chance at it. Now, if a pitcher has a good enough bat, let them bat as the DH.
Okay.
You solved it. Exactly. That would be my number one thing. How many do you want me to do? Just one?
I don't know. Listen, any ideas you have? I need to. Well, you're commissioner for the day. If you want something done, you do it.
Okay. That's the first thing I do. Second thing I do is I get rid of the runner at second base.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't know. I mean, it does make it more tense, but I feel like it's just weird. Like I don't know of any other sport that you say, okay, because we're here, we're going to put a person there to make it like.
It literally reminds me of college football.
Oh, the 20-yard line,
like college football. Yeah, college football overtime. Like, why the hell are they starting at the 20-yard line?
But I actually like it in college football. I hate sudden death in the NFL. I hate it because
it's not sudden death if you hold them to a field goal.
Exactly, I agree. I understand that, but in today's time with athletes, a kicker can kick one from 58 yards, somewhat accurate. So I mean, you only have to
you get a chance.
If you stop them the first time, then it's over after that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I hate that. But that's me. So that's my second one. I'm going to put it on pause and pass it on over to Lamar while I think of maybe some more.
So I'm getting ready to I want a universal DH as well, and I also want to get rid of runner at second base. I mean, if you got a good manager, all you gotta do is bunt, move the runner over third, ground ball to second base, and you score the run.
Yep.
It'll be easy. But that's the two I would go with.
I mean, you can even bunt twice.
Yeah.
To get that runner in.
Yep.
But anyway, sorry. Keep going.
And I hate the 7-inning doubleheaders too.
Oh, you don't like doubleheaders? Or the 7-inning?
The 7 innings. I mean,
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm grew up watching baseball in the late 80s and 90s, so I'm always stuck in that era. And I'm just like, I want to see some hardcore baseball, not no lollipop stuff.
Ooh, I like that. Now, see, I'm actually different than you on that one because I love the Cincinnati Reds, and our bullpen is horrible. Like, when our starters go out, we suck. Like, just this week, I think it was, or last week against the Cardinals, we were up 7-0. Actually, I think it was this week. 7-0 in the fifth inning. I'm like, hey, we're going to actually sweep the Cardinals. By the seventh inning, it was 7-7, tied. And we did a walk-off score. I don't know what it was to win 8-7. I'm like, that's pitiful.
70 years old right there, by the way.
What's that?
Said we did a walk-off score. That's like when I ask my grandmother, she could text.
Well, I was going to say a walk-off.
I sent an emoji.
Well, I think it was a walk-off single, but then I was like, well, I don't want to throw something out there and it be wrong, so I just went with a walk-off.
No, when has being wrong ever stopped you? Come on.
I mean, it's true, I guess. So I would say that I'm okay with the 7-inning doubleheaders just because my Reds have no bullpens or closer. Got anything else, Lamar?
No, that's it for that.
All right.
Connie, what about you? Because I know you probably got something crazy.
No, I got the universal DH as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. Can't see a pitcher hit anymore, especially because I'm terrified that my $341 million man Garrett Cole is going to have to hit one of these days and get hurt, and I'm gonna have to go on an unbelievable tyrant. But anyway, so I'll get rid of the pitchers hitting. See, here's where I kind of differ from you guys as well. I hate the runner on second base starting in the 10th inning, but I understand it because you don't want, 20
it's part of the game.
Like, listen,
part of the game.
Sorry. I'm all right. Like,
part of the game.
I get it, but like a 20-inning game, I'm good, bro. I love baseball as much as the next guy, but that 20 innings you're playing a doubleheader in one night.
How many times have there actually been 20 innings, though? I mean, come on.
All right. No, but that's my thing. So I'm starting the runner at second base, but in like the 13th. If we're getting into the late,
right? Okay.
If we're getting into the late stages of the game, that's what I want.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like at the 10th inning, it's stupid. Like you have to at least give me regular baseball until there's because that's the other thing too. You get late into the game, then it just starts getting dumb anyway because you obviously run out of people in the bullpen because everybody can only pitch one inning these days.
Right.
And then you can't bring in your starters because they have to pitch, the next few days.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have? Position players pitching now? Like, yeah, I'm good. You think a pitcher hitting is bad? You ever watch a position player pitch? I mean, if you want position players to pitch, sign me. I'll do it for a lot less money as well. So give me a runner on second base in like the 13th inning, 14th inning. I'm fine with it there. Another one I didn't even think about it until you said it. I'm not a fan of the 7-inning doubleheaders either. I just like baseball, so there's more innings. I'm going to watch longer. And
wait a second. You just complain about watching.
Okay, there's a difference between they always playing 9 and then they're playing 18 innings.
Listen, Lamar, I cannot stand when they play 20 innings, but I love it when they play 2 19 innings, which equal 18. Those 2 extra innings get to me, man.
Listen.
It's 2 extra innings.
Because at least there's a break in between.
6 more out. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 12 more outs.
At least there's a break in between. Yeah. You know that it's going to be a doubleheader, so you set things up. Extra inning games, you don't know that they're going to happen.
I've never been to a doubleheader game. Do they actually sell 2 tickets separately, or do you just buy one and you?
I can't speak for everything, but I know a lot of games are like single admission. So you go, you get your 1 ticket, and then you stay for the first game. There's like a 30-minute break, and then you're there for the second one.
Gotcha.
It's called a single admission doubleheader. But
gotcha. I was gonna say I'm not in the bathroom.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. I'm trying to think of something. You know what? We talked about this last episode, Michael. I'm just gonna screw the spider substance. I'm just giving every pitcher a universal substance. Because we talked about this too. Hitters don't mind there being a substance to get a better grip because they don't want 100-mile-an-hour fastballs getting loose and going to their heads.
Right.
They just don't like it that there's this crazy one that's allowing, pitchers going from, I'll just use an example because I don't actually know, 500 RPMs to 1,000. Like, sorry, that's a little bit of a difference there, guy. So make a universal substance, give it to the pitcher, and then here's the thing. If you get caught with it, if you get caught with a different one, then you're in trouble. You get caught with, you have the one that we provided with you, no problem, you're good.
Well, it's called Rosalind, but, we need to up the Rosalind up, I think.
Rosalind's like powder, though, which just dries your hand out. Like that's
right. Well, I'm just saying we have a universal substance. It's the bare minimum.
Let's see. What else in baseball annoys me? Oh, well, you know what? I got one.
Go.
If you bat flip and then the pitcher hits you because you did that, suspended 20 games. No pay. Listen, let the kids play, baby. Let the kids play.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to mic up everyone on the field.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Me too.
Like, instantly. And I also would mandatory that someone has to answer, we're going to say the Reds because I love the Reds.
But I get complained when I bring up the Yankees.
Okay, we're going to go with.
Nope, we went with the Reds. Too late.
No, I'm going to go with the Blue Jays because that's my second team right now. I'm in love with the Blue Jays. I have been all offseason too. You can verify that. True. So I want to be like when the Blue Jays come in to bat. So there are a bunch in the dugout. I want a camera in there where someone has to be on the Blue Jays Twitter page or something like that on social media where we can ask questions and be get involved, interaction with them. Or there's something going on where we have a player-on-player interview. I think that would be lit. That'd be on fire or something like that. I'm sorry. That'd be sweet, I think, if we could have that interaction because we lack that. Everyone in social media, when you see one video of someone that is mic'd up, you're in love with it because it is awesome. Can't think of his name, but it was the outfielder for the Red Sox. Everyone's seeing that. He actually went out and fist bumped a Yankee fan, and he was mic'd up. He said, "Did you guys see that? I'm interacting with Yankee fans right now. How cool is that?" And that's stuff that we don't get to see that would be awesome if it was everyday games. I just think it'd be awesome. What if right now Yankees are playing, Connie just sent in like, hey, Judge, last at bat, you swung at a pitch of this. Were you thinking fastball here, or did you actually think it was going? Like, are you anticipating the pitch, or were you just trying to check up and try to hit at whatever is coming? Like, I'd like to be able to do stuff like that. I think it'd be interesting.
Kind of like what football league was that? Oh my! Where they had like the sideline interviews, like
XFL?
Was it the XFL?
I've never.
It might have been. I think it might have been, honestly. Like, they would have a quarterback throw an interception.
Yeah, that's XFL.
Yeah, the quarterback would throw an interception, and the reporter would literally be standing there on the sideline. As he's coming off, taking his helmet off, it would be, why'd you throw an interception there? Like, what happened? What were you reading? And he's like, they just got me there. Like, that would be cool. I would not mind that. I would not mind that.
Of course. What do you think? Did you give a bad idea?
For a trio of commissioners. All three of us. Make MLB amazing.
There we go. That's what I like.
Just saying. But I think that's all we got for today. A nice, manageable, hour-long show. What a beautiful time. A beautiful time. And I'd like to thank Lamar for hopping on the show. So, we did the ads throughout the show. I don't even think I got to do them again, Michael. Do I?
I shouldn't have to because, we hit everything on spot, like no errors
I'll
whatsoever.
go through it quickly just to make sure. USM 100 on MyBookie. Make your bets there. Judge for MVP, 25-1 odds right now. You're welcome. RxM-USN, save you 10% on your entire order. Pain relief CBD creams. I could probably use some after some. Listen, I'm gonna play a lot of golf when I'm down in Myrtle. I'm gonna die. Especially because it's like 95 degrees down there all the time. Teespring shop, teespring.com/store/unwrapped. Check it out. Get some Backstop Banter merch or some, merch from the network as well. And then the Patreon, $1, you're supporting the squad. $5, you get access to our Discord where we're giving you free money with these bets, okay? You get 10% off the store, entered into an Amazon gift card giveaway. $10 a month is the exact same thing, except your discount goes from 10% to 20%, and you get access to our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. This month is a Mark Ingram signed jersey. But with that being said, Lamar, what do you got for the people before we go? Plug whatever you got to plug. The floor is yours.
Plug it all.
Follow me at RaiderWay83 on Twitter and check out some of my latest articles. I'm going to write a couple this weekend for Unwrapped. And
there we go.
Enjoy the rest of the baseball season.
Yes, sir. Michael.
Lamar, quick. Who do you think is going to be in the World Series right now?
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, man. It's a tough one. I'm going with White Sox and what the hell, Giants.
I
like it. I love it. I mean, honestly, that's not a bad pick.
It's not at the moment.
Yeah. And luckily, when we did our panel beginning of the year, I had the White Sox in it. I can't remember who my NL team was. I think it was the Braves. So I'm definitely probably going to miss that one.
Yeah.
Still a long way to go, though, so we never know. Somebody might get hot, and we ain't even thinking about right now.
Listen, the Nationals a few years ago when they won the World Series were terrible.
Let's go Reds. Let's go Reds. Oh, sorry.
All right, we're not living in the fantasy world, Michael.
All right, speaking of fantasy, no, I'm not even going to enter fantasy baseball that I'm winning. But, follow me on Twitter, MDLawson00, Instagram as well, all that whole 9 yards. Also, check me out on Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I will be with my co-host Amber, bringing you Count the Bucket, about to say Backstop Banter. Count the Bucket, where we're doing everything we can with the NBA playoffs right now. Also, I think we're going to bust out our bands, unwrap these bands tomorrow, actually. I think we're going to be streaming one of the games. I'm going to try to be on there. I can't guarantee it I will be. But just check it out. I think it's going to be the Hawks and
Sixers.
Yes, Hawks and Sixers game. So check that out. Like we've been saying, all your bets there as well. And, yeah, that's about it. Oh, and go check out my latest article that should be posted on our webpage, Unwrapped Sports Network, and also on my Twitter account with the power rankings. Let me know what you all think. I definitely want – have you looked at it, Connie?
I did, briefly. I can't actually give you an opinion on it yet.
Okay, well then you didn't see one thing because I included you in my article. So
did you? Oh,
I actually did. So
now I actually got to look at it.
It'll probably be around. Actually, let me pull it up here. Thinking about me, my 4th place team.
Of course it is. Oh, I see it. You're annoying. I hate you. But as for me, Mondays, 7 Eastern Generational Sports, me and Josh talk about everything that is involved in the sports world, from the robbery that was Logan Paul versus Floyd to football, baseball, everything.
I thought you meant robbery like he should have won. I was like, wait, what?
No, it was a robbery that if you paid for that, you should be in prison. Tuesdays is the hard count with me and CJ. We talk about everything in the football world. And then obviously Thursday, me and Michael do this Backstop Banter, everything in the baseball world. Check out my Twitter, Anthony Conover _, then Z Sports for the pod as well, and then Anthony _Conover on Twitch. That's where I put all my podcasts and everything of that nature as well. So with that being said, I would like to thank Lamar again for pulling up to the show. Michael,
running the lights, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that in the beginning of the show. The setup is immaculate.
Yeah, took me about a month to get all this in here. I got a whole bunch of stuff down here.
Oh yeah. Who's better quarterback, Dak Prescott or Derek Carr?
Oh man.
Well, let's see. One of those can actually win against teams above 500. I'm just saying.
I like Derek Carr, so I'm cool with it.
I can't. Both got their faults, and both do some good things.
Not Dak. Derek Carr is. But yeah, Lamar, thank you for joining the show. Michael, I will see you next week. Until next time.